So first of all, I would like to acknowledge that I'm speaking here from the land of the Musqueam people here in Vancouver, UBC. I hope you're having a good day, and we are here to talk about the analytics for leaders in ocean management. I hope you can see my screen quite well. Can you confirm that? Okay, thank you very much. So I'm here directly with Dr. Maria de Lourdes Palomares. She's one of the great experts in the field of the ocean data sciences, the aquatic data sciences, and we are putting together a whole micro certificate for professionals working in the field of fisheries and ocean sciences to upskill, to understand better what like the database has to offer. So analytics for leaders in ocean management, as I said, is for professionals in the blue economy, and it's a part-time program that it's 100% online. And our objectives are to build solutions, to build knowledge with professionals that are willing to create solutions in marine conservation and willing to take advantage of these resources. The online resources that we have, the databases resources I was trying to say. So the courses are 100% online and are instructor supported, which means that we have many moments of interaction with the instructors. We have 3 separate courses we are programmed for the following year, and each one of these courses has 8 to 9 weeks each, and they last for 36 hours maximum. The cost for each course is $1,620, and the full program with the 3 courses will cost $4,860. The courses can be taken individually. Today we are going to talk about the first one in more detail, but I will also present the whole program. So the 3 courses are Introduction to Aquatic Data Sciences, Data Sources and Formatting for Analysis. So this is the course that Dan will teach. It runs from October to November, and it is 36 hours in total. From these 36, we understand that 16 hours will be in live lectures, or what we call synchronous work. Then in January, between January and February, we have another Introduction to Aquatic Data Sciences, and Dr. Gabriel Rigondeaux, we will approach the field of biogeography. It also has 36 hours in total, okay? And the third course we are offering is going to be Modeling for Marine Ecosystem-Based Planning with Vili Christensen. Vili is also a professor here in our department, and this course will happen after Gabriel course is finished, so from March to April. Those dates for the 2 other courses will still be confirmed, the exact dates, but we will have them very soon. But we have everything from Deng's course, and that's what I will talk in more detail. So for Deng's course, what we plan is that students are expected to commit 4 hours per week in total. And each week we will have a 2-hour lecture, and with 2 more hours, the students can get done what we plan. The students can put more hours, like this is, of course, this is a field that students can put many hours they want. We're gonna have extra resources for people who are wanting to go deep and deep. But as far as we program this course, everyone can take care of the course with like spending 4 hours a week in average, okay? So the live lectures will be held every Wednesday from October 2nd to November 27th, from 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. And we won't have classes on November 6th, and that's why we have our course. It's a longer it's a longer. We have 1 week that students can work on their projects, and in the middle of the course. So about the modules, we have the first module is what are aquatic databases, and then students will be introduced to the principles of the aquatic databases, their history, fish base, sea around the sea life base. So Deng programmed all these databases and has lots of important information to share, so people can really understand the structure, why they're important, so we can start to contextualize how to use them and how they operate, how data is fed to those databases, all these questions. After that, in module 2, students will draft a specific research question to be so they can use the database to draw their data from. And they also will understand differences between those databases, because different research questions lead to different databases. And they also will learn how to extract information from these places. We also going to have a high-level review of taxonomy with Dr. Nicholas Bailey, one of the guest speakers of this course, because taxonomy is a very important concept to organize these differences between those databases and their uses. Then in module 3, students will be invited to frame analytical design. So when they have their research question that will be related to marine biology or conservation, they will start to use those aquatic databases to try to answer it. So the reason for that is that we have students from many different regions and professional, I would say, different communities of practice. And it's very important for us that the knowledge you get in the course we offer can apply to your local context. So we really want you to develop a research project that makes sense for you in some sense. Doesn't need to be something huge. It's just like it's something for you to really start to experiment the databases. Our course is really hands-on. We want people to be interacting with these resources and trying to really extract the information they need from them, instead of just listening to us about why they're important and how to use them. So we work with this exploration learning approach, and we want to make sure students have a meaningful experience with us. So they also will start to create a data set to respond to that research question. And in module 4, it's the final project. So students will present a question and the analytical method they choose, and they will try to respond to that question in a high-level view. So some students who are more advanced in analytics will really get to it a little bit more. Other students that are starting to understand those topics can be in the data set step, I would say. Dang, do you have anything? Do you want to add anything to what I just said, or?
I think the important part of this is learning hands-on how to frame your project and how to get the data, depending on the framing of your project, how to get the data from this aquatic data. But the thing is, of course, the aquatic databases can only respond to certain questions, and therefore we will have to limit the number, the type of questions that can be responded to by these aquatic databases. Okay. That's just the contribution to what this center has been said.
Thank you, Dang. Thank you very much. So aside from that, we have the evaluation also of the course. So we work in a system that we give a final grade to students. Our course is participation is important. So we have 30% of the final grade is participation, and 70% is the final project. And so students will be evaluated in their final project with the process, and we in this process we will assess a little bit of like the skills that were learned together, how they can really operate with those databases, and how this was meaningful to them. This course is designed for working professionals, so we are not here to we don't anticipate challenges and completing the evaluation process, but it's an important part of it. Because as I said again, like the final project is the moment in which the students will really apply the skills they gain, right? Like that's how they will not just apply, but really acquire the skills. We know that students need to be really interacting to those databases to understand how they operate. So that's what I had to share about the course itself. And now we come to a moment of questions and answers. So please feel free to share any questions in the chat. You can also unmute and ask your question here. We are here to know what your thoughts about this are. And we also going to have another information session later in September, in 2 weeks. And I will send all the information to you by email. So please, if you have any questions, please throw them in the chat, or feel free to unmute your microphone. Let us know. Okay, we have a question. Thank you. Oh, good question, Jocelyn. So Jocelyn is asking about because the courses can't be taken individually, is the final process required if you only take one course? Very important question. Like, this is the final project of this course. So this is not a final project of the whole micro certificate. Everything I presented in terms of the modules is just about introduction to aquatic data sciences, data source and formatting for analysis with Dane. So, but again, like it seems like when we speak about the final project, it seems like a really huge thing with putting too much hours to it. It's not. We just want to see students creating those data sets and extracting the information from the databases. So we don't really anticipate putting too much time in this. Don't think that we don't want this to be a barrier to students to participate. Actually, this is a way of really understanding. We'll have time to do this, and so it seems bigger than it is, but it's not that. So. Yes. So about modeling that with Willy Christensen, we will have an information session soon. As I said, like this course starts in March, so we will have more information about the course. It's not in our website yet. We are just confirming all the dates and everything, so it will be up very soon. And I will write down your email and correspond with you. I will leave my email here in the chat. You can also use my. Yeah, Dan, you have anything to add?
Yes, but because of the question on the class modeling, part of some of the introduction that we did is how, for example, global information systems like fish base and sea life base can be used as a preliminary data provider for ecosystem modeling, because we have those that kind of information, especially information on traffic level and the diet composition and the food items of fish in different habitats and other vertebrates other than fish and invertebrates in different habitats. So that is covered by fish face and sea life face, and also very important for the ecopath modeling process is to have catch data. In fact, data is provided by the CLMS. So all of those elements of an ecosystem model, and also the ecosystem models require maps, right, of the space that you are modeling. And if that is within a Z or within a marine ecoregion or within a large marine ecoregion, those, let's say, those geographies are and the shape files for those geographies are already available in the CRM. So those are the things that that would be needed, or the elements of building the elements of an ecosystem model. The ecopath with ecosystem model. That's all I wanted to say for now.
Thank you very much, Dane. So I think it's very very important, like this this question about how those courses they integrate and how they're built to go like building one top of the other. So thank you very much for the clarification. I left my email in the chat. If you have any questions, please send that to me, and I will follow up with Deng and Gabriel and Vili, and we can send the information on your way. Okay? So we're gonna have another information session also in 2 weeks. I'm gonna send the information. Please send out to your friends, to anyone there is like willing to know more about the aquatic data sciences and modeling. So I'll be here to respond to any more questions. If not, I think, does anyone has a final question for us? Okay, so I think that's time. My email is on the chat. Please let us know if you have